My dad had a wood workshop in our basement. He built us a tree house at the end of the garden, and I've just recently found out that my great-granddad was actually a master carpenter, so I think it's in the blood. My grandma lived with us till I was 15. Many an afternoon I would sit and embroider with my grandma. It's something which is very natural to me, and without even thinking about it, I've combined the two. I love wood as a material, the smell of it, the feel of it. With a textile, you can put a needle through the woven material. You don't need a hole there, but with the wood, creating that hole, it's a platform to kind of embroider onto the surface of the wood. Using it as if it was a textile or a fabric, that has to be planned in advance. Because they're so perfect and so geometric, people almost don't think about the kind of handwork that's gone into it. Originally, I used to wood burn the holes. It was a much more rustic effect, and the holes were a lot further apart, so the colours of the threads weren't quite as intense. But then the new process where I laser cut the holes, get them very, very close together, it requires a lot more embroidery, but the effect is much more special, I think. Each circle is individually hand embroidered. It takes a long time to do it. It needs a lot of patience, but I think it's something that for me is really therapeutic. You can kind of go off into a dream world. The 3 types of wood that I use are ash, oak and walnut, and each one has completely different properties. Like the ash, for example, has a very blonde colour and very swirly grain on it most of the time. Oak is kind of green and pink in tone, and it tends to be a bit more stripy. With the walnut, it's like a chocolatey brown colour, and it smells beautiful when you wood burn it. It's very sweet smelling. The grain's less obvious with the walnut, and it doesn't let as much light through the wood, but then that creates an amazing effect when the lights actually come through the pierced holes. You get all these little sparkly lights, and it contrasts against the dark wood. You've got the grain of the wood which glows through, as well as all the kind of twinkly holes that kind of dance as you move around the shade. It has depth. I think lighting is so important in a home, and the wood grain just creates this natural warm glow that's just magic.